You share this video around. Let me start from the beginning.
It don't mean nothing though. No, it ain't. But I ain't gonna run. I understand. So what we gotta do? You gotta go do probably an hour. For what? And I just got shot at, man. I swear to God, I don't. Right. We got this name over there. I don't wait with cookies. Listen. I understand. I'm complying with you guys. Listen. Can you please come over here so we can help How about this? No, we'll get you in handcuffs. No, don't do that. Please. Please come over. No, come on. Okay. Hey, 6-4. Bro, they taking me to jail, bro. That same warrant, bro. What's his name? From way back. Yeah, 2014. 2014, bro. Give me a second. I'll talk to you in a second. With Ashley, bro. Hey. Call Eric, bro. If you ain't got it, bro. Please, bro. Yes, bro. When I was outside the hotel. Calm down. Miss Orderly Conduct, I think. Yes. Hey, give me a second. I'll explain everything to you in a second. No, I gotta check me. We have to, man. I got 2 guns on me, man. That's my arms, man. That's what I do for you. I like it. Come on, man. I'm rich. I don't give a fuck about nothing, man. Bitch ass niggas trying to kill me, man.
Hold on, having some technical difficulties. Give me a minute.
Fucking millionaire. I don't fuck about none of these niggas. I'm gone. Hey, 6-4, man. We gone, man. Come get me, bro. I'm gonna get it, bro. I ain't running. Brother, I'm not running nowhere. Yeah, I understand, but it's policy, bud. I'm a celebrity, bro. Y'all really gonna hurt my hands like this? And I fight in June? Listen. Yes.
Is the stream back now?
Just loosen them there. For real, man. I ain't running nowhere. You help us out, we help you out, right? Come on, man. I ain't running nowhere, man. I'm rich as fuck, man. Man. It don't mean nothing, though. No, it ain't. But I ain't gonna run. I understand. But I don't know you. Come on, man. That's cool, because yeah. I fight for you, too.
Is the stream back? Somebody answer the question.
Do you know me? Yes. You don't know me? I do. There you go.
Thank you.
How you know me? You a cop.
We good now.
What's that mean? I know you. What's that mean? You hear the protect. Right. Hey, 6-4, man. Come get me, man.
You hear this drunk nigga?
I keep telling him to calm down because it'll only be an hour and then he'll be right back out. It ain't worth all that shit, is it? Hey, call Eric, man. Stop, man. You're spitting in his face and stuff. Tell him to get.
Okay, so let's put things into perspective before we continue. What the fuck is going on? I'm confusing myself and shit. There we go. That one. All right, we're good now. Let's put things into perspective of what's going on before we continue. So, he was in his truck. He was at a Tahoe. What was this, over in Kentucky, right? They shot the Tahoe up, all in the doors and everything, and you know, he's lucky. People are saying, oh, well, isn't the timing crazy that he was just beefing with Gervonta Davis? I don't know nothing about none of that. Sometime in the early morning, now mind you, all this stuff is really good. He don't know the camera's there. It's the body camera. He don't know the camera's there, you know? So he's not acting. So he's stressing. He obviously drunk. I wouldn't need a drink. But here is the issue. For a boxer that's trying to be great, you know, and it's honest to say from what we know as fans that his number one source of income is boxing. Hold on, let me do something real quick. His number one source of income is boxing. You would think that you would focus on that shit. So I guess what I'm saying is he's been known to have a drinking issue. Now, I've dealt with that. I've dealt with that that issue before. To whereas if you have a bad day, or I still deal with it now. If you have a bad day, or if you just want to just chill, and even though I don't drink like that anymore, it's like, oh, you drinking again? You know, I don't want to be one of them people if it's something like that because I can understand kind of what he's going through. You know, the motherfucker just got shot at. So you survived that shit. First thing I'm thinking is, you know, imagine, right? You go see a chick or something, you know, or you go over your homie house, or you go back to your hotel room, you stressing. You know, if that liquor there, I'm like, bitch, fuck that. Whew. You know? And he handled the situation well. He handled the situation well. The whole stuff, we're going to listen to it again. We're going to listen to it again. We only can be here for 45 minutes. I fell asleep yesterday, missed my fucking appointment. So now I got to go get this shit taken care of. We got a big night tonight. A big night tonight, man. So I can understand like what, you know, is going on in that situation. Like, he was a little drunk, but he handled the situation well. The cops, they handled the situation well. Of course, he had to pull the whole, you know, well, you know, I'm a millionaire. It's like, okay, bro, all right. They don't give a fuck about that shit. The only issue I have is that's real young shit, you know, to have like a bench warrant. And it's like, you knew about that warrant. You think that shit, just those bench warrants don't go away. You know, they will book your ass 7 years later. They don't give a fuck. So it's like, how wasn't you working the phones? Or don't you have some lawyer that you're supposed to have on deck? Especially if you're Adrien Broner, right? You got to have an attorney. You got to have an attorney that you trust. You got to have somebody that just ride for you for everything. It's like he's got to be an attorney that literally can make his whole career. If you're going to be Adrien Broner, he's got to be one of those attorneys that's like is going to make his career off for you because you know you're going to do dumb shit. So you got to always have that bread ready for him. And it's like, well, wait a minute. How you have a bench warrant, bro, in Kentucky from 2014? Why isn't nobody working you ain't had nobody working the phones for you and saying, yeah, well, even though it's from 20, like say for example, if he took care of it in 2016 or 2015, you know, somebody saying, well, yeah, you know, just tell him to come to this court date, you know, and explain why, and then we'll throw it out. But for you not just to, if you following me, you know, I'm no stranger to like the legal system. It's fucked up, but at the same time, you know, it's like you ain't had nobody working the phones for you, my man. You know? So of course he's out and everything. It just looks bad because it's like, oh, Adrien Broner's in jail again. But if you really look at what I'm talking about here, it's not like he did something wrong by not taking care of his business in the past. You know, but the fact that he was all drunk and everything, everybody gonna be like, oh, he's supposed to be fighting in June. Look, he's not focused. You see what I'm saying? You know, so it's like this. It's just like dudes having a rough ass time right now. And this is a situation where the point I'm trying to make is just like, okay, bro, you need to stop drinking and get your life together, my nigga. I'm sorry. Yeah, you got to get your fucking life together, bro. And I'm going to keep saying that throughout this video. You got to get your fucking life together, dude. Shit is crazy out here. You know? The whole Instagram shit, motherfuckers all questioning his mental health. You know? Dude gotta get his life. Dude gotta get his life together, man. That shit's scary. You know? That shit's scary. Okay, I wasn't gonna tell it. I had a crazy story. I was so close years, something crazy happened. I got so close to having my head blown off that a piece of the brick that was behind me is in my shoulder, like from the ricochet. Like not the bullet, the piece of the 1999 TstreeT. You know, so you be thinking about that shit. You know, so that's why when they was like, you know, when I saw the video and everything, and I'm thinking like, all right, you know, well, he just got shot at. And then of the worst of all times, this old ass bench warrant pop up. That's a fucked up ass day. That's a, you know, that's a fucked up ass day. This old ass, you just got shot at, right? And it's already like, no, I'm not ratting. I'm not talking to you cops. And they like, oh, all right, you got that bench warrant. You know? No, I never went to the hospital, got that shit taken out. I was wondering, like the shit just was like, and still, it's like I don't know what size it is, but it's not that big. I would say it's like probably like the half of a size of a grain of rice. But it was like this shit was like 18 years ago. What was that? I don't know, some shit 17 years ago. But it's a little piece, and I remember I'm jetting off, and I bing. It didn't hit the people, but I felt it. Then I didn't feel like it wasn't like no burn, but I felt like basically, you know, I guess my adrenaline's rushing. I didn't know what would happen, what had happened. So it wasn't until like, you know, I was taking a shower and I went like this, and I'm like, what the fuck? That shit was like embedded in there. So it was like, you know, I was on some savage shit. So it was like a good like months. I'm taking like paper clips, you know, and like unbending them and like trying to reach down and like then it's scabbed over, you know. So, you know, it don't give me no problems no more though, but it's just in there. That shit is in there. That shit is in there. But yeah, man, I just hope that, you know, like it just like on paper, all this shit looks bad for Broner, you know, especially when he pistol whipped the dude, allegedly, you know. Then the whole shit with Gervonta Davis, where no matter how you slice it up, death threat, allegedly. The shit look bad, man. The shit looks bad. And he's supposed to fight in June. And when it comes to the drinking thing, we've heard about it before. You know, we know he be partying. I talked about it before. There's many times where you can go, well, in the past, where you would be to go to, if you was just up, right? Let's say it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, or let's say, no, this was a good time. Around like 4:18 a.m., right? And let's say if you was up and you say, you know how you go to that bathroom trip, you take your phone with you. I know it's taboo to talk about, but we all do it. You know, so you taking that dump, that comfortable dump. This is what I do. While I'm taking my dump, I'm like watching something, you know, because I got Samsung TV, so I can share whatever on my Samsung TV to my phone. So I'll be there just watching the show, you know. But what I would do, I'd be like, oh shit, let me go to check AB Snap. Let me go check his Snap. Sure enough, you go check AB Snapchat, and he grinding it up with Big Ashley. With the 7X white tee in the wing spot. Drunk as shit. Just what it is, man. You know? And it's like, I understand, you know, you're young, you're a boxer, and you living a life, but it's like, yo, bro, you're getting all these signs. Shit is getting outrageous. This shit is getting outrageous, man. Because it's like you think like, oh well, Adrien Broner got shot at 8 times. What the fuck? What the fuck? His SUV riddled with bullets. What the fuck is going on out here, man? That shit just sound crazy. So that's what I was saying about that dumbass shit, both of them dumbass. So imagine, right? Let's talk about the nitty gritty. You see how that shit they did on Instagram can now come back? You don't think some detective or some DA is looking like it could have been him? That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That shit. Listen, I've been so busy over the last couple of days. I got when the story first came out, I could have been one of them people. When the story first came out, I could have been one of them people that said, okay, I'm gonna do this video because I know it's gonna get a lot of views. I said, let me see how this shit plays out. I said, let me see how this shit plays out. I said, I'm gonna wait a few days and see how this shit plays out. I don't give a fuck if you shoot at my car, you know, you're trying to kill me. You're shooting at me. I'm in the car. The car is my vessel. You're shooting at me. Because I was looking like, okay, well, you know, are they trying to hit him in the legs, or why aren't they going like for the windows? Because I was looking like it didn't, like none of the windows seemed to be shot. But either way, bullets travel through that shit. You get hit off all right here and I'm glad he's all right, man. So if this is one of those times like where he need to post one of them fucking inspirational fucking posts and not some what people are saying is bipolar shit, he need to talk about getting his fucking life together because people want answers now. Fuck that old bench warrant. It's just fucked up that bench warrant came back this late. You know, but at the same time, it's like, yo, if you talking about you're a millionaire, how you got this stupid ass bench warrant that can come up? You just get shot at, right? You stressing, you drunk, you trying to get your shit together. You're trying to get your shit together. And yeah, I know King James, I gotta get my shit cut in. I'm about to leave. That's why this video's gotta be short. We're gonna be here for about another half an hour. And I gotta start like packing up my shit, getting ready for fight. Oh no, trust me, I'm gonna be sharp tonight. I'm gonna be at Broner versus Porter. Berto versus Porter tonight. I'm gonna be sharp. Trust me. Trust me. You know. But yeah, it's like, you know, your SUV gets shot up. You know, of course you're stressing. You're gonna have some drinks. And then, you know, the cops hassling you like, who shot you? Or who shot at you? You're like, no, I'm not ratting. Then they're like, wait a minute. Some cop is typing up his little report and shit, Adrien Broner, boxer, and some fucking shit pop up on the screen, bench warrant 2014. You go to pick up Adrien Broner. So he just been shot at, right? And then this old ass bench warrant pop up on him. That's a fucked up day. But as I said, he's handling the situation well. He handled the situation well, though. Even though he was drunk, he was belligerent. He handled the situation well. But you got to think, to people ain't never really been through shit, they're like, oh, look, he's getting arrested again. And, you know, but don't get me wrong, there's some shit going on he's got to sort out because, yo, bro, you're getting shot at, bro. You know, it's fucked up. Get your life together, man. And it's crazy because I am a fan. I'll be motherfucking hurt if something happened to Adrien Broner. You know, so I just hope it wasn't one of those situations like where he knew he had beef out there, I guess, and he just was underestimating it. Somebody was talking about, I forgot, somebody left a comment about how these millennials, is what he called them, you know, like take threats too lightly. You know, if somebody said they're gonna do something to you, basically what I'm saying is, I just hope it wasn't no situation where Adrien Broner was out partying somewhere, right? You know, and had some words with somebody, and then went on to keep partying, and then whoever he had words with is, you know, plotting on him, then follow him and say, all right, when we get to this light, you know, air him out. You see, I hope it's not. I hope it wasn't one of those situations, because as I said earlier in the video, you have people saying shit like, look at the timing. He was just beefing with Gervonta Davis last week, and now look. So now, as I was saying, I said it earlier in the video, look how that dumbass fucking, what we call it in Philly, young bullshit that they did on the fucking gram last week can now just. So people be like, well, you know, you're a media, you should be careful the type of shit you talk about. Fuck that. That's the point of being media. That's the real shit. That's the real story. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that shit. That's the story, you know? So now you can have these motherfuckers looking at Gervonta Davis, and trust me, you think that these fucking DAs and these cops are not looking like. So what was that you was talking about in that chat? What was y'all up in those DMs about? We was just talking about this shit last week. Motherfuckers is weird, man. Motherfuckers is weird. So imagine, right? What if one of those bullets would have hit him just like even a nut ass shot, like a hip shot that's like nowhere near like fatal, but now he got a piece of his hip or some shit like that's got to be cut out, and his fucking shit his leg don't fucking move right, or his femur or some shit, his pelvis, you know? And oh, the career of Adrien Broner is over. He was just stressing about on Instagram like 4 or 5 months ago about basically how he going broke, paying $15,000 a month in child support. Then had to, you know, pay the fucking dude off that ratted on him. This shit's all out there. You can go look this shit up all yourself. You go look that shit up all yourself, man. And the thing is, Adrien Broner is dealing with somewhat of a Chavez Jr. type of situation, except Chavez Jr. got mad cartel ties, you know, and he like love down there, even though, you know, he may, you know, be like, you know, the rich kid's son, but you got to think like as far as focus, Adrien Broner needs to use this as a wake-up call, man. As he uses this as a wake-up call and say, all right, because he's at a point in time in his career and in his age, in his life, and in this whole status in his life with getting shot at and shit. It's like, yo, he's got to get his fucking career together now. You know, you're getting so many signs, bro. You're getting so many signs to get your shit together. Some shit's going to happen to you, or you're going to get knocked the fuck out. Hell yeah, and his pullout game weak as fuck. Pause. Oh, goddamn kids, man. But yet, I'm still hung up on the fact that, you know, you're a millionaire. How don't you have a lawyer, you know, that you have on payroll on some what was the lawyer that worked for the Barksdale's name? How he just knew what it was, and he'll be telling them like, all right, well, listen, you got this old ass case, you know, that's gonna come back from this time. I'm gonna take care of that. All you gotta do is show up to the court date. How you let this old dumbass bench warrant, you just get shot, you get shot at. The thing is, if he was a clown and he would have read it, right? If the thing is, if he was a clown and he would have been like, yeah, I know it was such and such that, you know, had, you know, shot up the will, and I want him up the river. The cops would have been like, all right, well, you know, we'll hook you up. We'll make that old ass bench warrant go away. So I can imagine, right, you know, because of a situation, right, you know, somebody shooting up your car, you know you can't tell. So it's like you survived that shit. You pissed off. The cops like, so you don't know who shot you. We've been talking to people. They said you were at such and such, and they saw you arguing with such and such. You don't know who you were arguing. The cops be getting like that because they be knowing like, yeah, we know you're not going to tell, you know, but we know you know some shit. So long story, lawyer on retainer, yeah. So long story short, So imagine, right? You know, now I'm just building a scenario. So he leaving, those cops go doing their paperwork and shit, and then like, yeah, shooting at such and such, victim says he doesn't know who it was, and then that fucking you type in his name, that bench warrant pop up. They're like, oh motherfucker, you should have talked to us. So they're like, yeah, he's staying at this hotel. Go get him. They see him outside, he's stressing, talking to a chick. I guess that's Big Ashley he was talking to the chick, telling her what's going on. Tell her what's going on. Cops come up like, Adrien Broner. Hey, looking like, what the fuck? Like, that's a fucked up ass day. That's a fucked up ass day. So once again, it's like you were a millionaire in 2014. You knew about that bench warrant. That's excuse my language, young nigga shit. It's like you should have had that bench warrant taken care of. Especially if it was that old. If you had a lawyer on retainer, like Fahim said, they would have, your lawyer would have been like, okay, well, I've been on the phone with them. I talked to the DA's office, all that shit. All you got to do is fly out there for this court date this one day. They're going to want you to do some old fucking 30 hours or some old shit, a community service, but you got some bread. We can get you around that, say it was done, and then you be up. Where's White Ticket? I don't know, man. No, man, White Ticket, cool dude. You know what White Ticket involved in that? Leave White Ticket alone, man. That's not White Ticket is to sell those tickets, man. He the PR guy. I know they did threaten to fuck me up. About billions. They did threaten to fuck me up. No, seriously, we're gonna be here for another 15 minutes. I gotta go get like all cut up and shit, fucking get ready for the night. I want to make sure I'm having a good day, man. I'm not sick or nothing. It's gonna be a good ass night. And plus, we're covering 2 fights today. I'm going to be at Personally versus Berto versus Porter, and I got main man over in Leicester, England. For that Box Nation BT Sports card for that WBO #1 Billy Joe Saunders mandatory. So Saunders mandatory. So we're gonna have a productive day. And I got to be on some. I'm not going to be going to sleep for like another 28 hours. Ain't that shit crazy? So I've been preparing myself for that because there's no more. I can't sleep. I'm not going to be getting back from New York until like fucking 4 in the morning, some shit. 4 in the morning or some shit. So yeah, what's next on the list, man? Like I think I explained enough about that Broner situation. It's nothing really. It is. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I feel bad for him that it looks okay. As I said, I'm explaining one more time. It looks bad for people that really don't analyze the situation. So for the people who are not really analyzing, they're like, oh, look, Broner's always in trouble. There's always, look at him. He needs to do this and do that. But he got shot at, God forbid, shot at. We don't know the situations on why he was shot at. As I said earlier, I just hope it wasn't no situation where he had some words with somebody, and, didn't take the situation seriously. Because you have a lot of people get killed where they're in a situation where they'll argue with somebody, right? And then go back to doing what they're doing and not monitoring what that person and their homies are doing. You see what I'm saying? So that's how motherfuckers get the drop on you. So I hope it wasn't no situation like, all right, yeah, that motherfucker think he's a fucking savage. There you go right there. Let's follow him until he get to until we get to such and such, and then we're gonna air him out. I hope it wasn't, one of those type of situations. Because as I said earlier, already people are starting, how social media is. Already people are starting to say, well, him and Gervonta Davis was going through something last week. Gervonta Davis probably got homies in Kentucky. The whole shit's stupid. So, as he's, getting himself together, he got a few drinks up in him. You can see clearly that he's stressing. Also, remember, it's a body cam, so he's not saying, to himself, oh, there's a camera right there. So all that all that shit was genuine. And I think he handled it well. He asked questions, even though he was like, you can tell he was drunk, but he handled that shit well. The whole thing where he talked about we can play it one more time. It's only about 4 minutes long. We can play it one more time to put things into perspective. And then we got to go right into, we're going to start with Charlo versus Hatley first. And then we got to talk about those those purses for the fight, what those fighters are making. You got Charlo making only 100K. I say only for a reason. And you got Hatley making 75,000. No wonder why he's suing Don King. Misorderly conduct. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Wonder why he's suing Don King. Lord mercy. 75,000? No wonder why the motherfucker's mad. No, not that. Not that. I gotta sort this shit. I got so much shit that connects to so much different shit that I gotta fucking. I want to just make this shit easy.
Okay.
Hey, 6'4", bro. They
Right back.
taking me to jail, bro.
I got a multitask.
What's his name?
That same warrant, bro.
What's his name?
From way back,
Yeah.
So he knew about it.
2014, bro.
Give me a second. I'll talk to you in a second.
With Ashley, bro.
Hey.
Call Eric, bro. If you ain't got it, bro, please,
Hey,
bro. Yes, bro. When
Adrien.
I was outside the hotel,
Calm down.
misorderly conduct. I think. Is that right?
Disorderly.
Disorderly conduct, bro.
They know his ass drunk.
I just almost got killed. Now they taking me to jail.
You know what? We have to do what we got to do, Mr.
I know. I understand, man. Hey,
Stop.
come get me out of jail, bro.
Hey, give me a second. I'll explain everything to you in a second.
I don't do nothing illegal. I gotta check me.
We have to, man.
I got 2 guns on me, man. That's my arms, man. That's what I do for a living.
I like it.
Come on, man. I'm rich. I don't give a fuck about nothing, man. Bitch ass niggas try to kill me, man. They broke ass niggas, man. They're fucking millionaire. Talk about none of these niggas. I'm gone. Hey, 6'4", man. We gone, man. Come get me, bro. Hey, y'all ain't gotta arrest me, bro. I'm getting it, bro. I ain't running. I want to run for it. No, we gotta keep handcuffs on. Brother to brother, man. I'm not running nowhere.
Yeah, I understand, but it's policy, bud.
I'm a celebrity, bro. Y'all really gonna hurt my hands like this? And I fight in June?
Listen.
Listen. Yes. Listen. Just loosen them then. That's all I can get back. For real, man. I ain't running
Mr.
nowhere.
Broner,
Man.
you help us out, we help you out, right?
Come on, man. I ain't running nowhere, man. I'm rich as fuck, man. I ain't, man.
It don't mean nothing now.
No, it ain't. But I ain't gonna run.
I understand. But I don't know you.
Come on, man. That's cool, cause yeah. I fight
Right.
for you too.
Do you know me?
Yeah, that one cool.
Do you know me?
Yes,
You don't know me.
I do.
Like, you don't.
Yes, I do. I know. You're a cop.
What's that mean?
I know you.
What's that mean?
You here to protect.
Right.
Hey, six,
Y'all hear this shit?
Give me, man.
Y'all hear this shit?
Call Eric, bro. If you ain't got it, bro, please, bro. Yes, bro. When I was outside the
You're here to
hotel,
protect.
Calm down.
Misorderly conduct. I think. Is that right?
Disorderly.
Disorderly conduct, bro. Now they take. I just almost got killed. Now they taking me to jail.
You know what? We have to do what we got to do, Mr.
I know. I understand, man. Hey,
Stop.
come get me out of jail, bro.
He's spitting all in the cop
Hey,
face.
give me a second. I'll explain everything to you in a second.
I don't do nothing illegal. I gotta check me.
We have to, man.
I got 2 guns on me, man. That's my arms, man. That's what I do for a living.
I like it.
Come on, man. I'm rich. I don't give a fuck about nothing, man. Bitch ass niggas try to kill me, man. They broke ass niggas, man. They're fucking millionaire. Talk about none of these niggas. I'm gone. Hey, 6'4", man. We gone, man. Come get me, bro. Hey, y'all ain't gotta arrest me, bro. I'm gonna get it, bro.
You ain't gotta unarrest me.
I ain't running. I want to run for it. No, we gotta keep handcuffs on. Brother to brother, man. I'm not running nowhere.
Yeah, I understand, but it's policy, bud.
I'm a celebrity, bro. Y'all really gonna hurt my hands like this? And I fight in June?
Listen.
Listen. Yes. Just loosen them then. That's all I can get back. For real, man. I ain't running
Mr.
nowhere.
Broner,
Man.
you help us out, we help you out, right?
Come on, man. I ain't running nowhere, man. I'm rich as fuck. I ain't.
It don't mean nothing now.
No, it ain't. But I ain't gonna run.
I understand. But I don't know you.
Come on, man. That's cool, cause yeah. I fight
Right.
for you too.
Do you know me?
Yeah, that's that one cool.
Do you know me?
Yes.
You don't know me.
I do.
Like that, you don't.
Yes, I do.
How you ever?
You're a cop.
What's that mean?
I know you.
What's that mean?
You here to protect.
Right. And then it's
Hey, 6'4", man. Come get me, man.
I keep telling him to calm down because it'll only be an hour and then he'll be right back out. It ain't worth all that shit, is it?
Hey, call early, man.
Stop, man. You're spitting in his face and stuff.
Tell him to get this fucking car, man. Fuck this car. They trying to kill me, man.
Let me turn this off.
Nah.
Leave it on. Leave your phone. Cuz.
Now let me answer the phone at least.
Who's?
That's one of my girlfriends.
I ain't answering for one of your girlfriends.
No, that's my second wife.
You got 2 wives?
Yes.
Damn. I'm looking like wrong, son.
So I can't. You can answer it and send it and put it in the front and then let me talk.
Give us a second. Miss Broner.
You peep that?
I understand. I'm not worried about you showing me, man.
This shit crazy, man.
What?
Did y'all peep the strat? So his side chick is saved in his phone as cuz. The strat. That's the old school strat. It's the old school strat. But yeah, enough about that shit, man. I hope he get his life together. We're gonna be here for about another 20 minutes. Yeah, I got enough time. 20 minutes. And then I gotta get ready to go. You know, I'm gonna be at Barclays at like 4 or so. Yeah. Train leaves at 2. Yeah, about 4 or so. Let's start with Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo is making $100,000. Here's what's going on. People who haven't been, what I've learned, long time boxing fans don't understand that knowing what fighters make has always been a history of boxing. And even when boxing first or on a documented scale first started, you know, they used to, like when they used to have those boxing matches, they would go around with a bucket, you know, and people would put, you know, money in the bucket, and, you know, dude would take, you know, odds and everything. It's always been something that's been known. So you have these, you know, you have some people who say shit like, why are you worried about what's in their pocket? And it's like, yo, this has always been a part of the sport, you know. And if you really want to really talk about it, if you really want to talk about it, let's talk about how you know your favorite boxer of all time, Floyd Mayweather. Is T having a meltdown? Hell no, I'm good, bro. You have to talk about how, like, your favorite boxer of all time, Floyd Mayweather, has said, you know, of course it's about, you know, the money. It's prize fighting, dummy. The sport is called prize fighting. You want to know the prize they're fighting for. There's a $50 million tournament that's supposed to be started. It's prize money. You know, so it's like this. You have to factor in that Al Heyman's been known or rumored or, you know, to give his fighters advances. I'm looking at something real quick. That's one Charlo. I see that Jamel Charlo made $500,000 to fight Austin Trout. Jamal Charlo made $500,000 to fight Austin Trout. Trout made $300,000. I'm looking for, can somebody help me out? Okay, wait a minute. I think I found it. Jamel Charlo made $250,000 for his last fight against John Jackson. Jackson made $175,000. Jamel Charlo is now making 100,000, and that's what people are talking about. People are talking about, oh, you know, he's only making 100,000. You don't know how much money. Damn, I should have made some before I started. You don't know how much. What was J Rock versus Jamal purse? I don't know. Good point. Somebody look it up real quick. You don't know how much Charlo has already received as far as advances. Maybe there's this time and maybe this point in time where now it's like, okay, you know, it's time for that money to start coming back. You know, so there's so many different things, you know, because you may think that it may be only 100,000 on paper, but really he already had 300,000 of what he was supposed to. You have to think about that. Also, factor in that when you have these network television fight, not network, these subscription cable service network fights like HBO and Showtime, they have a certain budget and a certain amount of dates that they have per year, you know, for boxing. So what Showtime is doing is somewhat rare in a sense to see two somewhat, depending on how you look at it, but two A-side fighters both making $1 million a piece headlining a Showtime card. For example, HBO had to put Crawford versus Postol on pay-per-view to make up for that money. So you may say, okay, well, you know, HBO may put on A-side versus A-side matchups, but when it comes to a Walters versus a Lomachenko, you know, that's only about what, 300,000 to like what, a $500,000 or $700,000 purse or something like that. Compared to in this case, you have a $1.2 million purse and a $100,000 purse. You know, and you may think that, you know, Showtime, you only have what, like 2.5 million or some shit like that for the whole card. That's how it works, you know. That's how it works. So if it was a situation where Sean Porter made $1 million and Adrien Broner made $1 million, then that other 200,000 would be able to go to, you know, Charlo and or Hatley or however they split it. You know, so when you get a fight like Thurman versus Garcia, the reason why a fight like that is on free TV is because you're getting money from Showtime, which is the reason why it's called Showtime Boxing on CBS or Showtime Boxing on CBS, whatever they brand it, presented to you by PBC, presented to you by the PBC fighters, but it's really Showtime that's putting a good portion of money into the broadcast along with Premier Boxing Champions. Compared to if you see a Premier Boxing Champions event on NBC, which we're not seeing anymore, if you notice, by the way, those cards are paid for by Premier Boxing Champions, which is why, you know, it's been heavily reported that those cards have not been profitable. So that's why you can get a Thurman making a $2 million and a Garcia making a $2 million on free TV. So from what I'm getting from this is, you know, Berto and Porter are fighting to get back to that spotlight of free TV. That's like Al Heyman's pay-per-view. You see what I'm saying? That's where the big money is and the big audiences. You know? Yeah, what up, KOD Testimonies? No, listen, I'm doing a stream. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be getting no sleep. It's already been determined that I'm not going to be sleeping for 28 hours. You know, I could squeeze in. I'm going to be getting back from New York at about 4 a.m. or so. I got to see my daughter at noon. So I got that block of time, but I want to do a stream in between that, you know, or I could do one just come in, you know, do my bit, go, you know, take a little nap, go see my daughter, then, you know, do a stream on Sunday. But I got a lot of stuff to do on Monday, you know, so and of course I'm going to have a shitload of videos to upload, you know. So the goal is tonight to get Errol Spence, Danny Jacobs, of course, post-fight from the people involved in the fights. Keith Thurman is supposed to be there, Gary Russell. So, you know, I'm gonna be working my ass off. So that's the goal. I'm gonna be getting there early, you know, so I can get all set up and everything. You know, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to end this stream in 17 minutes, and we're gonna finish talking some boxing, talking about another 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna go get shaved up, you know, and make sure all my stuff is all charged up. You know, I'm one of them type of people like where I just got to keep going through everything multiple times. You know, we're going full 1080p on the streams. I got a new set being built. The date has been confirmed. You know, I got a new set being built. I got a program. If you don't know what it is, you should look it up. Like my show is going to be lit. I got a program called Wirecast I'm going to be using, where these streams are going to be in full 1080p, and I'll be able to actually have graphics and show video and content with no lag. I'm talking about I'll be able to point and click and have a little box like you know, where's it? Oh yeah, like show up like in like a corner or something, showing like shit that I'm talking about. You know, as well as a monitor, you know, like if I want to show like highlights about how somebody got knocked the fuck out. Oh yeah, also I am going to be covered. Okay, as I said, we're covering 2 fights today. I'm going to be at Berto versus Porter, and correspondent. It's over at the Box Nation event for Billy Joe Saunders' #1 contender. You know, so as I said, I got a lot of work to do today. Also, what was I going to say? What was your question? Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing post-fight videos. You know, about 5 to 10 minutes on each of the fights tonight. You know, as well as the Murray versus Rosado and the Curcides versus Langford fight from the Barclays Center. So that's why I'm getting there early, so I can set up and find somewhere nice in the arena. Because when the good thing I love about that is, like when you have the pass, you have access to the whole arena. So I'm gonna get there early to find somewhere nice and quiet and nice looking, so I can set up and do and watch the UK cards, you know, on my laptop, you know, and do my post-fight videos from there. From the Barclays Center. You know, so that's why I'm getting there like dumb early. You know, and then the post-fight press conference and all that, then the interviews and everything is not going to be over till like 1:32 in the morning probably. Then I got to catch a train back here. Train is an hour and a half. You know, so I want to make sure I'm the first person there and the last person to leave. Oh yeah, I did a live stream from there before. They have awesome Wi-Fi. I can do live streams from there. Shit's gonna be lit. I'm talking about live streams on YouTube. So what we're gonna? Yeah, I got some plans. Where are all the posters? I'm sitting in the bin. It's no like I got a podcast starting in June before I go to Kovalev Ward. I didn't start the podcast because I'm still setting up everything. I don't want to start the podcast until everything is set up to where it's going to be for the next year or two. You know, so I have a custom long L desk being nice wood L desk being made. 3 monitors, you know, 2 webcams, this wood paneling. I got modernized paneling, you know, so I'm building in the lighting. I'm building like a full set. I've been saying I'm going to do this for years, so now I have the space to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm building a full studio set. So shit's going to be extra bright around here. You're going to be seeing my pores. That's why it's very important, you know. Now these days where I go without like shaving and shit, those days are going to be long gone because I'm going to be on camera and like high definition. You know, those days of those days are going to be like are long gone. You know, so as I said before, I've been telling y'all what I'm going to do. You know, I'm not like my goal is to leapfrog. You know, I'm not trying to catch up. You know, so my shows are going to be, if you noticed, I've been working on making sure I get videos out consistently when I start the streams. As I told you I was going to be doing before, we're really, you know, focusing on boxing. So let's get to Berto versus Porter. I got a chance to talk to Kenny Porter and Berto this week. No, not Berto, Kenny Porter and Sean Porter this week. I'm wondering, see, here's the thing. They want you can tell that they want to be better boxers. They want Sean Porter, meaning Kenny and Sean. They want to be better at overall boxing. But I don't think this is the right fight to do that. No, of course, any fight's the right fight to do that. But it seems as though they want to put on a boxing exhibition. It seems they want to put on like a boxing exhibition, you know? and not go out there and beat the shit out of Andre Berto, who, once again, I'll tell you, you should know that Andre Berto has had many issues with pressure fighters. Luis Collazo, years back, a lot of people felt he should have lost that fight. Robert Guerrero, who was a smaller fighter moving up in weight, by the way, bullied him. You know, Jesus Soto Corraz, Victor Ortiz, Jose Cito Lopez was leading on the cards. These were pressure fighters. In his last fight, rematch against Victor Ortiz put him down. So you would think that Sean Porter would be, you know, the favorite. You know, you would think that he would be the favorite, right? So, you know, Berto was the A side because when you lose to Mayweather, you A side. You know, when you lose to Mayweather, you the A side. You know, so it's crazy. You see, I put the video what Sean Porter was talking like how, you know, this fight, they wanted to make this fight in November. We gotta find out about the PED. Good fucking shit. We're gonna find out about the PED testing. Both of these fighters, since they are ranked by the WBC, should be in the Clean Boxing Vital program. Both of them. And you know how fighters be hyped to tweet and the social media and shit when they take their drug test, they'll show the people with the needle, yeah, vital tested and shit. We ain't see that shit for this fight. And WBC Mauricio Suleiman is gonna be there. We gotta talk to him. I've been waiting to talk to him. I'm waiting to talk to him. You know, look, I look forward to interviewing like the people from like the WBC, IBF, WBO, and WBA because it's like, yo, I be having questions for you. I can't wait. If I ever got a chance to talk to the WBA, I'm talking about, listen, I'm gonna have my questions written down. I'm not gonna freestyle that shit. I got some questions for those motherfuckers. I got some questions for them. Listen, I'll try to do a fucking sit down. I would do my first sit if I can get the WBA. Shoot, what's going on with that second belt? Obviously, my questions will be professional. But people have been wondering why is Sean Porter making more? I mean, Andre Berto making more than Sean Porter. Sean Porter and his team was saying they were trying to get this fight done in November. You know, but Berto was on some shit like, you know, like I'm the A side. We got to wait for the time is right. Like basically like talking that Mayweather shit. And I can understand where Berto's coming from because he's got to be really careful with his matchmaking because, you know, he's potentially on his last legs. And for him to take such a tough fight like this, you know, and also you have to think what other fights out there were out there for him. You know, you have to think like if Andre Berto wins this, you know, listen, he will be redeeming a lot of shit. If Andre Berto win this fight, you know, I'm going to have like, you know, shit's going to be lit. But can he do it? Can he do it? Because he's not Keith Thurman. So what about that pressure? Yes, he does smother his punches. Yes, we've seen that Sean Porter can go down. Yes, Andre Berto does have that uppercut. He has that better jab, you know, and overall the better fighter. No, boxer. He's the better boxer, but not better fighter than Sean Porter, which is why Sean Porter is the favorite. Berto tried to get the Chris Algieri fight. Of course he would. But Chris Algieri still having some promotional issues. Andre Berto does have it. Andre Berto's name is much more recognizable than Sean Porter. That is true. That is true. You know, so I had no issue. When I knew that he was the A side, I had no issue knowing that. I mean, I know the reason why he's the A side, you know, as he should be. The Porters are nice people. But the thing is, their marketing comes off of them, you know, putting boots in asses pretty much for being like, oh shit, he fighting. Yo, dude, don't fuck around. He's coming to fuck him up. You know, that's where, you know, the Porters' marketability come from. And it is interesting to hear that they do want to work on boxing more, and they do, or more so that they acknowledge that they can be erratic. It's good that they're working on that because you know, if he didn't smother his punches so much during the Thurman fight, he would have had a better chance. Because when he would get Thurman in a tough spot, you know, hit him with clean shots, he would start getting too close. You know, and the punches wasn't meaning anything. You know, so that's good if they're working on like that timing to, you know, like to be like, okay, when is, you know, being pressuring or smothering. But you would think, as I said, with somebody like Adrien Berto, you know, who's been down multiple times in the fight and also can end up on the ropes, you know, take that chance, you know, go for it. What happened to Jesse Vargas? Well, you got to think. Jesse Vargas is in a situation where, you know, he's $1 million a fight fighter now, you know, so he's got to be able to find fights that are HBO going to pick up and Top Rank are going to put on for him to be able to make that money. You know, so it's one of those type of political layoffs. You can tell it's one of those type of layoffs. It's like, well, even though I lost on pay-per-view, I still was on pay-per-view. It's kind of like the Berto situation, you know. So he's going to be A-side. Promoters and networks are getting lazy at promoting fights. No, the networks aren't getting lazy. I like with Showtime, you know, and HBO, they've been picking up real heavy on social media marketing. You know, the promoters, I feel that there's more that they can do as far as getting fighters. For example, right? If I like Keith Thurman, #1 guy, you know, he should have been on ESPN after the fight. He should have been on fucking Ellen DeGeneres or some shit. You know, especially since he's an intellectual guy. You can sell the shit out of Keith Thurman off of that intellectual shit he be on. You know, I told him about my idea before, like how if I was like a Keith Thurman, like, you know, if I was his PR guy, I'm not saying he would do it. But if I was his PR guy or somebody that like worked with him on that, I'd be like, listen, every week, you know, no, every 3 weeks, I'm going to fly down there, right? You know, where you at down in Florida. And I want you just to dress in all white with some fucking gold shoes on or some shit. Let your hair down and just play the flute. You know? And like, and I have like clouds and shit, like all, you know, generated and shit. I have him fucking playing the piano on top of a mountain. You know, like, hi, this is 30 Seconds with Keith One Time Thurman. And then he'll just start playing the piano or just start going in on the flute. You know, some type of marketing, some shit, you know? Or like ask his thoughts on like certain issues, you know, or ask him like shit like, well, what's your diet, Keith Thurman? You know, and then he start talking and, well, you know, what I do is I take some pine nuts and, you know, some bananas. Then I have these beans shipped in, you know, I have you, you know, because he don't be doing shit, man. He don't be doing shit. You know, he get a fight, he be gone. Yeah, I have all these psychedelic colors and shit. You know, do something. You know, because we're in a time right now where I feel that, like, maybe not necessarily the networks, but the promoters are not in touch with the power of like social media, and more so that demographic, you know, of like 18 to 35 or whatever, on like how to appeal to them. You know, one of my main marketing strategies is yeah, no, it'll be a piano, right? He'll have a piano on the mountain, right? But then I have like, it'll probably be expensive, I guess. Maybe we can use a drone. I have like it zooming out and then like flying around and shit. So you'll see Keith Thurman spinning, playing the piano, but he's not spinning, but the camera's spinning around him and shit at some high ass mountaintop. Then have some doves fly through, some shit like that. some shit like that. And it'll say some shit at the end, like it's some majestic ass fadeaway wording, like Keith One Time Thurman returning soon. Take the journey. Take the journey. Some crazy shit like that. Are you ready for the journey? Yeah, that's just me though. That's just me. What was I talking about before? See, you maybe missed my thought. Oh yeah, basically, about the networks and the promoters and promoting fights. You got to build off of fighters, off of what they do best. So, for example, if you got a fight like Erickson Lubin, who like playing video games. Let's say if in his off time, he plays like fucking 16 hours a week of video games, and I'm like, oh, yo, bro, listen, when you playing your game, we're gonna set you up with some nice ass shit, and we're gonna have you on Twitch streaming when you play games. Like, you got to find what the fighters are good at and promote them from that. You know, and promote them from that, man. Because did you notice that the real news comes from the people who run the meme pages, the fucking boxing news pages and shit like that? Did you notice that shit? Those are the shit that gets all in, because the first thing you see on social media when somebody do some shit is screenshot that shit, post it to your page. The promoters seem to be out of touch with that aspect. You know, so that's when I'm marking myself as being like a regular guy who covers boxing. So that's why I'm able to be myself when I do my videos, because that's what my niche is. You know? Seriously, I'm getting the fuck off of here because I'm not trying to be late to nothing. And so it's going to be a lot of shit going down tonight on this channel over like the next 28 hours. I'm giving you fair warning. If you're on my Facebook, if you're on my Instagram, there's going to be a lot of shit going on this channel. All right? I'm giving you fair warning. This shit is going to get lit around here. All right. See you guys later, man.